Without the boat, it's going to be needed to bring Violet over to the juicing room. They have to walk to their next destination. On the way, kids ask questions until Charlie asks if Wonka can remember the first candy he ever ate. This triggers a flashback to him finding a piece of candy that survived the fire. And there he goes. Must be the Halloween candy with meth that moms on Facebook are always warning each other about. Well, like a gateway drug, Willy Wonka becomes obsessed with candy after that. Okay, that's sorted out. Time for the nut sorting room. Appropriately.
Are you using the Havermax 4000 to do your sorting?
No. You're really weird.
I bet you're the kind of person that just obsessively closes the bathroom door whenever you go in, even if it's only a number 1, or a short number 2. Inside, the nuts are sorted by Squirrels. As I mentioned in the background video, I have it on good authority that while some special effects were used to help fill out their ranks, they trained 40 squirrels to perform in this film. I still worry that I've fallen for a very elaborate practical joke repeating that to you.
Why use squirrels? Why not use Oompa Loompas?
I want to randomly insert him saying that line into Thrillers. Any questions about the plan? Why squirrels? Why not Oompa Loompas? Oh, because Goldfinger's security is far too tight. Wonka explains that only a squirrel knows how to get out a whole walnut intact. But Veruca doesn't care about that. She only cares that they're trained and squirrels, so she wants one. Well, Wonka will not sell her one. So the spoiled little shit climbs through the bars and plans to just go down there and take one. Oh, it's out of hand now. It's complete bedlam. Oompa Loompas dressed as Pinkertons are going to have to run in there and start cracking some squirrel heads to get them back to work. The squirrels mob her, pin her down, and check to see if she's a bad nut. Which she is. So down the garbage chute she goes. And to the incinerator.
But don't worry, we only light it on Tuesdays.
Today is Tuesday.
Oh dear. Well, see you next Tuesday, Veruca. Wonka says there's a chance she might be stuck just inside if Mr. Salt wants to go check. Once the Oompa Loompas have done their part, of course. It's a wonder these guys get anything done with all the singing and dancing breaks they take.
This morning from a halibut, an oyster from an oyster stew.
I really can't see how that's helping the situation. Well, time to see if she can be rescued.
Dear old mom and loving dad.
Yes, not.
Really? Oh, good. I've just been informed that the incinerator's broken, so there should be about 3 weeks of rotten garbage to break their fall.
Well, that's good news.
Hey, this is a lucky day. Still, as much as that would suck, and it would suck, at least the solution is just a thorough shower. You're not going to be the wrong shape or hue by the time this is done. Well, the party is small enough now to just take the glass elevator, which whizzes them past Fudge Mountain, some sheep being sheared for cotton candy, I think, and...
This is the Puppet Hospital and Burn Center.
Ah, Our Lady of Tom Servo. They do good work. Mike TV can't help but comment on the craziness, triggering another flashback for Willy Wonka. See, Wilbert has found out about Willy wanting to become a chocolatier and thinks that's a disgrace. And when Willy threatens to run away, Wilbur tells him to go ahead, but he won't be here when Willy comes back. Saruman's got himself a Tardis. In the present, Mike wants to pick a room to go to and picks the television room. There, Wonka explains about his idea of using television to send a bar of chocolate instead of just a picture of one. Mike explains how that's preposterous. Power to do it would take 9 atomic bombs. That would explain the cheap candy prices in some of the former Soviet republics. So, complete with the music of 2001: A Space Odyssey, the giant Wonka bar is brought out, set up, and hovers there for a while before it gets zapped by the camera and appears in the pre-Ape Man 2001 scene.
You take it. Go on. Just reach out and grab it.
Why not listen? The only one he's intentionally harmed so far are his own puppets. The chocolate bar is indeed real and tastes just fine, only smaller. Everyone is amazed. They start asking about sending other things like cereal until Mike pipes up to demand to know why no one gets that this lunatic has just invented teleportation. He intends to prove its power by sending himself with it, which works but makes him tiny. And inside of the programs, no less. Which, of course, allows televised Oompa Loompas to do what they love to do, sing songs and fuck with people. Even though they sing about TV being the problem, they've taken Mike in a different direction in the film. It's still related, though, but it's not quite the same. Rather than making him too soft-headed to think, he's too jaded for suspension of disbelief, or imagination, or fun. Mike's questions annoy Wonka because they miss the point. What makes candy candy is that it doesn't need a point. It's there to make life better by its existence. Well, Wonka noodles on the problem of the tiny boy and decides eventually on the taffy puller to stretch him back to the right height, which I just realized is pretty much what Procrustes wanted to do to Theseus to make him fit on that bed. Oh well. Anyway, Wonka is quite surprised to learn that Charlie Bucket is the only child left now.
You mean you're the only one?
Yes.
What happened to the others? Oh, my dear boy, that means you've won!
I can't help but be reminded of another recent review I did about getting a fantastic prize after being last man standing.
There can be only one.
Well, all the others are seen leaving the factory. Augustus thankfully has not actually been ground down as the song implied. Was a bit worried there for a moment. Violet now looks like a character in a Dr. Seuss novel. Veruca and Mr. Salt are covered in garbage, and Mike TV looks like he's about to sell Obi-Wan Kenobi a clone army. Oh well, too bad they're not like Charlie. He's a winner. Hope those Oompa Loompas know how to do roof work. Well, Willy Wonka announces the special prize. Charlie's just won his entire factory. He recently found his first silver heresy, and Wonka realized he needs to have somebody to take over the factory and care for the Oompa Loompas when he's finally gone, and thus the contest in order to find the right child to raise up and take over for him someday.
I mean, it's alright if my family come too.
Oh, my dear boy, of course they can't.
Not really a good crowd for that attitude.
You can't run a chocolate factory with a family hanging over you like an old dead goose. No offense.
None taken, Jeff.
Well, I'm such an easy-going fella after all, and you're obviously such a pathetic piece of shit. Why should I care? You think I'm going to be insulted being talked down to by a man who looks like the real doll Oscar Wilde uses when he wants to punish himself? No!
Look at me. I had no family, and I'm a giant success.
And completely sane, he adds as he pulls out a singed leg of a puppet and takes a bite out of it. Well, Wonka realizes Charlie abandoning his family is a non-starter, though he doesn't understand why. You're not getting that for Charlie. Happiness and family are one and the same. So Wonka leaves, and the family not only went on with their lives, but Charlie's father got an even better job as the repairman working on the new automation at the old factory. They were doing well, and Wonka, he needs therapy. Though I suppose we already knew that.
The only thing I was ever certain of, and now I'm just not certain at all.
I'm here for a week now, getting softer, and every minute Charlie squats in the bush, he gets stronger. Wonka goes to talk to Charlie while his shoes are shined, but the situation's at a loggerhead. Wonka hates the idea of family, and Charlie hates the idea of not having his family. But an agreement is struck. Wonka will talk to his own family if Charlie goes with him. Of course, his family consists solely of his dad with the Tardis. But Wilbur Wonka is ready out here, as his outfit indicates, to perform dentistry on anyone lost in the woods or possibly for a bear. While Willie gets his choppers looked over, Charlie discovers the wall covered in framed clippings that Wilbur has about Willie, leading to a Well, it looks like it's been handled anyway. Enough for this time. Willy Wonka is willing to let Charlie bring his family with him to the factory now. In fact, we see the house is already located in the chocolate room next to the boat on the Chocolate River.
One thing was absolutely certain. Life had never been sweeter.
And now, having had a chance to see both Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory and Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, next week we'll discuss both of these films. Not a which one is better kind of a thing, but more the fact that both are drawn from the same source and yet they're so clearly different. As a story that has become part of our common mythology now, how do these films gel together and consider the larger work that they come from? We'll take a look at this next week.
All hail the Overlord! All hail the Overlord!
I think there's someone at the door.